work at Runnells Hospital. I'm one of the nurses there. And there's all kind of rumors flying around as to what's going on with the hospital, if it's being sold, if it's being merged, if it's being closed or whatever. And we're like in the dark. Our union hasn't told us anything. Our nursing supervisors haven't told us anything. And so I'm here tonight to ask you all if, well, you know, what are the plans for the hospital? And if I understand certain departments are being taken over by other companies, but what about the nursing department and the, you know, the various the CNAs and so forth? You know, I would appreciate you know, some kind of information on that, just for general information, because we are literally in the dark.
All right, good question, and thank you for that. We have outsourced components of the operation at Runnells, the housekeeping area. We are currently conducting a study for giving us options of how we can move forward. We don't know what the options will be presented. We don't know the direction this county will take. We just want to understand what potential options are out here. I will ask the administrator, because I do think it's fair to the employees, to hold some kind of meeting or send some kind of information about the process, what's going on, because I've gotten a few of these questions from different employees, and I think probably my colleagues have done the same. And I think we owe it to kind of explain a little bit better the process, what's going on. I don't think anybody up here knows the final answer. We're just kind of developing what options we have. Okay, so I hope that helps.
A couple of points about Runnells. And I thank the nurse who came in to talk with us today, and of course, Joan Wheeler and all the administrative staff. All of us have been very proud of Runnells for a long time. Runnells is an exemplary facility. I think what people don't understand is the reason that the funding that we are having the financial issues with Runnells now is because the Medicare and Medicaid reimbursement funding has been reduced, and that has happened at the state level. And some of us have attended state meetings where we were told that we should accept the fact that we're living now in an uncomfortable transitional period where many counties are not going to be able to afford to run hospitals. Now as I said, we're proud of Runnells. We want to keep Runnells going. We have this study happening, and we are going to do everything we can to maintain Runnells. And if you are interested in speaking with people about increasing funding for facilities like Runnells, I would suggest you get in touch with the governor's office, because as far as I know, that's where the funding cut decisions were made. So I know it is a very difficult time for Runnells employees, and as Chairman Mirabella said, we are studying it, and we're going to make information available when we are ready to make some more decisions. But Runnells is, we all know Runnells is a great facility, and we're doing everything we can to keep it going. That's it. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, I'd just like to thank Ms. Jenkins for coming tonight. I understand and appreciate how difficult it is for you and all the employees in light of the unknown. I've spoken with Joan Wheeler. We're going to have regular conversations and meetings with both staff, with the residents, with their families, to update them on what's going on. As was mentioned, there have been no decisions made. We're only in the beginning stages, but we commit to you that we will regularly communicate with you as to what's going on. And I appreciate what you and everyone else does up there every day for us. Thank you.
Well, this evening I had a little bit of an issue with Freeholder Kowalski's comment at the end of the meeting. She was crying that we don't have the money to fund Runnells any longer, and it really is the state's responsibility for the problem that we're in, and that they've cut back on Medicaid and Medicare funding of the hospital. But if that be true and that be the case, then how can she justify spending $30 million on a golf course if she really cares about those people in that hospital? It doesn't fly, it doesn't float, it doesn't make any sense to me. Thank you.
You say things without thinking. That's what it is. You want me to say something? No, it's
I
like,
want to say something.
they try to justify things, and I guess it's off the cuff, and they never think it out. Yeah, and that's why you'd easily catch them on, you know, conflicting information. You know, that not like that. That's it. I mean, you know, obviously it was said enough by John.
I want to point out, Kowalski's, this is their political thing. They just have to appeal to the ignorant. This is their voter base. They're not trying to reach intelligent people. They've lost us, and whoever's paying attention, they've either lost the intelligent people, or the intelligent people are too busy working to pay their huge property tax bills, so they're not paying attention. But they're blaming the governor and they're blaming it on Medicaid payments, that the governor changed the formula for Medicaid reimbursements, which very well may be true, but I want to point out that I believe it was Massachusetts and Connecticut cut back drastically, where they did away with county government, and the other one cut back drastically on their county government. And I believe it was Massachusetts did this by, their problem were county sheriff's departments. They were patronage pits, they were dysfunctional and corrupt, and they did away with county government, the state, by starving them. They stopped funding their corruption, they stopped funding their patronage, so they were able to do away with county government that way. Runnells has been a patronage pit ever since the Democrats took absolute control over the county. It's been a shameless patronage pit. That's just the one dark side of Runnells. There's a lot of good that goes on there, but that always overshadowed it. So it's hard for them to take this and say, you know, it's not our fault. You know, we were fiscally responsible all these years, and it's the governor's fault. He's taken money away from us, but state government shouldn't be funding county government if they're going to behave this way. So if they starve Runnells out of existence, you know, it's the county's fault. They really have no arguments in it.
And one last point, if you'll notice, Kowalski and everyone, the word Obamacare wasn't mentioned. They say transition, but they want to put it on the state. Medicare, Medicaid, federal programs, even though the state does Medicaid, they do pay something like half of
Obama had on.
Okay. So the main problem here with this Medicaid stuff and Obamacare, they're cutting back on. You're going to have a whole lot more people on there. This is all an Obama issue, but the word Obama
No.
has not been used, won't pass their lips.
No.